Hi, my name is Belgica and I'm an actress in the San Francisco Bay Area. If you're interested in videos like this, go ahead and subscribe right now and click on the notification bell so you get updates every time I upload, which is usually Monday and Thursday. So today I wanted to talk about how you can make a voiceover reel at home, DIY, just like I did. And the reason why I wanted to make this video was because I recently booked a voiceover job, purely on just sending my link to my voiceover reel that I made mostly in my closet. So I have five different voiceover samples in my voiceover in English and four in Spanish. And that's because the first one in my English one is a job that I actually did, and so of course I included that in my demo reel in English. So I created my demo reel because I did a few voiceover jobs and I was like, okay, I want to do more, and how can I do more except for having some kind of reel that I can send out to them. And so I decided I would make it. And I thought, okay, I'll be able to make it because I already film my auditions that my agency sends me. Your agent will send you like a self-tape voiceover audition, and I already do that, and I feel like it sounds pretty good, and I have a way to do it, like a little formula that I do my voiceover auditions. So I thought, okay, I'll just do a voiceover and I'll put it online and be able to share it whenever somebody has an audition for voiceover. I do want to say that I'm not an expert with audio or voiceover. This is just what I did. What I did might not work for you. So if you have any tips, if you actually went to school for voiceover or have tips on how we can do voiceovers at home, please leave them down in the comments and we can all learn together. For my demo reel, I decided to do some research of what companies were around me so that my demo reel could reflect that in case somebody contacts me about being the voiceover for an app or something, because you guys have seen commercials where it's actors acting out something, looking through a phone or being at dinner with their family or something, and then a voiceover comes on explaining what the commercial is about or whatever, like not spending enough time with your family, whatever app. So I did the research and I decided, of course, I would include the Stanford project that I did. So that was first. And then apps, of course, we're in the Bay Area. There's a bunch of different companies, tech companies, a bunch of different app companies or companies that have apps. So I decided, okay, I'll do an app one. And then the next one, I was like, okay, well, I want to include some more cartoony sounds and there's some more character voiceovers. So then I decided on a romantic kind of voiceover. And then the next one was like a witchy voiceover. And those are just, for different animated type of jobs that I might possibly be able to get. And the app one, of course, for different application commercials. And then the other one that I did was for a mattress company, because there are a lot of like store commercials here in the Bay. So I decided to do a mattress company. And when I was writing these, I was listening to commercials, watching them on YouTube or just searching different websites and watching their stuff on their website. So I did a bunch of research of what those voiceovers would sound like in the final product, and I just tried to mimic it as much as possible, because there's a very different tone in different kinds of commercials. Sometimes it's like very straightforward, very serious, and then sometimes it's very personable. And so that's what I decided. And so I did the mattress company one as one of my voiceovers, the app one, the more real one, which was the Stanford one. It's more of like a real character, more personable. And then I just did the other ones that were a little more cartoony, more animated. And all of these scripts that I wrote myself, and keep in mind that my English voiceover is 38 seconds and most of it is the Stanford one. I wrote them down and I just wanted each one to be nice and quick, and just to give a sample, I did not say any brand names. So for example, for the app one, I said this: with our app, you can manage all of your accounts in one place. And for the mattress one, I said this: so come and visit us today, in store or online, and have the best sleep you've ever had. See, so those are like a little bit different, but you kind of get the idea of what the voiceover job would be. or the example of my voice for that particular job, but I don't say any brands because I don't want to get in trouble. And I got inspiration by different commercials, but I didn't copy them 100%. And that's just kind of how I wrote my script for my voiceover. And if you guys want to listen to my English and Spanish voiceover reel, I'll put them up here so you can get an idea of what I did. And I think it sounds pretty good. I just did it in my closet, how I film, like I was saying earlier, all of my self-tape audition, voiceover auditions with my microphone. And I have 2 different microphones that I use, and I'll link them below. But all I use is my closet, of course, full of clothes. The sound is really good in there. There's no background sound when I'm in the closet because I live by bar. My refrigerator turns on. You know, there's neighbors all around. So my closet is centrally located in my house, and it's covered in clothing, you know, because it's a pretty small closet and my boyfriend and I share it. So it's like stuffed with clothing and the sound is good in there. And then of course I use my computer, my laptop, my microphone, and I use 2 of them, and I'll link them down below if you guys are interested in what microphones I use, and a QuickTime player. And then I just clicked new audio recording, of course, on QuickTime Player. And then when I was done, I decided I would edit it on iMovie and then publish it on YouTube so that people can find it easily and I can share it easily. And since the first job, the only job that I have been able to get the audio and kind of video for was the Stanford one, and since it already had a graphic that I could use, I was like, cool, or kind of animation that I could use, I was like, cool, then I'll just add some picture for you know, the rest of my voiceovers. So for the ones that were like for the app and the I believe the mattress commercial, yeah, for those ones I just put a different headshot of me as a graphic, and then the other ones I just did something related to what that voiceover was. Like for the heart one, for the romantic voice, kind of sexy romantic voice, like a cartoon character, I put some hearts. And then for the witchy character, I'd put a witch and, you know, green and stuff like that, so that when they were watching it, they would, I guess, have something to look at. And of course I put it on YouTube, and that allowed me to be able to share it really easily with my agents. Of course I sent it to my agents. I also sent them a file, just a file they could download, so they can keep wherever and be able to share it however they wanted if they didn't want to share it on YouTube. And of course, I was able to upload that onto my my casting file accounts, and my Backstage, which is super easy to do. And now whenever somebody needs to maybe recommend me to somebody else, if they hear somebody's looking for a voiceover person, they can easily just Google, you know, Belgica voiceover demo reel, and I will pop up in both English and Spanish. So that's super convenient to be able to book more jobs. How I booked this job that I was talking about was they had an SF casting post, and all I did was send them my YouTube reel link and then the voiceover demo reel link, and then they just called me and they were like, hey, we'd like to book you. And I was like, cool. And then a couple of days ago, I did that job successfully. They said, great job. They paid me, so it went well. And yeah, so that's why I wanted to share this with you guys. I do recommend buying a microphone because they're not that expensive, and I see it as an investment not only to be able to make your first demo reel, but to be able to also record your voiceover auditions that your agents send you. And some of the microphones are really good, and you can get them for $50 or less. You can add them to your Christmas wish list, to your birthday wish list, whatever. Whenever somebody's gonna buy you a nice gift, you can be like, hey, I would really appreciate if you got me this. Like, I want it, and it'll be helpful for my career. I also want to say that I know that professionally recorded and professionally edited voiceovers are the absolute best. If you have the ability to hire a studio to help you out with that, of course, do that. And also, if you have your audio files from professional jobs, of course, it's great to put on your voiceover reel, but this is what you can do kind of to do your first voiceover reel. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope this helped. If you have any more questions, please let me know and I'll try my best to help you. And subscribe to this channel, like the video, and I'll see you next Monday and Thursday.